Everyone, we're here with Elaine Watson, who did the nails for our October cover. Welcome.
Thank you. Always happy to be here.
We love to have you here. And we had such a good time putting together these nails, which were sort of a throwback to the 1920s, where we were playing up the moons of the nails, but instead of using polished, we used these little metal tubes. Carrie Frost was the one who came up with this idea. She sketched out this sort of nail design, and I presented it to Elaine, and we got started working on it.
It was a really kind of a cool Art Deco look to it, and I thought it was pretty unique in its own way while it was still simple.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So how did you begin?
Just started with sculpting a clear sculpt. I applied forms, did a clear nail. I know at one point we discussed what shape we wanted to go with, and the pointed rounded almond shape worked really well for the artwork we were doing. The sculptured nails themselves probably took an hour tops because there was really no work that went into the base of them, just the shape. From there, just applied this really cool metallic turquoise green color, which by the way is becoming more popular.
Oh, absolutely. Especially this fall, I've seen so many blues and greens in polish lately.
We've actually done color surveys lately to find out what colors are popular in the market, and green always used to fall at the very bottom of the list, and for some reason, lately it's risen to the top. So I was really happy to use a green color on this cover.
Well, it's also really big in fashion too. You'll notice that there's green all spring, and into the fall there's a lot of really pretty greens in clothing, and I think it all ties in together.
Absolutely. And I love this shade. It was a great shade, and it looked great on our model in this cover. We discussed before I arrived what it was you guys were looking for, and of course showed up with my arsenal of nail art pieces. But it was funny, we ended up going with something that you had, that you got, I believe, at an art store.
Yeah, it was a craft store, and I was looking through the beads, and what I ended up finding were these little metal tubes that I don't even know what you would use them for, but you know what? Go searching out.
For the nails.
Yeah, at a craft store, and you never know what you can find to put on your nails.
You never know. I used to walk through craft stores before we had such a wide array of nail art that we do in the industry now, and I used to basically look at everything and think to myself what would fit on a nail. Mm-hmm. And that's how I would do all of my shopping. But these worked out great. They had different lengths to them. It made it very easy to get the descending sizing that we wanted to achieve with the shape of that moon.
How did you apply these?
Very easily, actually. After I did the color, I put a clear coat down and used the clear coat while it was wet to hold the tubes in place. Of course, if you want to make it more salon oriented rather than cover shoot oriented, the best way to hold these on would be either with a nice thick viscosity resin or nail glue, or even using clear acrylic. Just work a little bit wet, put it only where the moon is, right on top of that polish, and you can lay those tubes right into it, and they would stay on until their next visit.
Well, thank you so much for coming out here and doing this. You did such a great job. It was such a simple nail, but yet it turned out beautifully, and sometimes the simplest things make the best covers.
I always love coming and doing covers with you guys. It's like coming home to family. We have such a good time. It doesn't feel like work ever.
Excellent. Well, we'll have to do this again soon.
Excellent. Thank you.